Excuse me. What a bad way to start the YouTube stream. Starting it on a couple coughs. Hey, welcome in for everybody joining us on YouTube. It's super duper good to have you in here. Happy Thanksgiving if you happen to be watching the live in real time. If you're watching the VOD, let me know down below in that comment section. There is plenty of you guys who will actually watch the VOD after the stream is already over. But hey, anyways, listen, if you've never been here before, let me quickly tell you what we do. We debate Trump supporters. We try to change their mind. We try to get them on the right side of history. We break the news, and we try to get more people standing against the tyrannical administration that's governing over this country. Now, today I'm expecting some crazy guests. I mean, it's Thanksgiving. The MAGA family members are everywhere. They're getting together. They're bouncing those shitty little ideas off of one another, and they're feeling emboldened. So I'm expecting some crazy debates today. But I will say, we usually do a 4-hour live stream. Today, we're only going to be live for around 2 to 2.5 hours because I have my first Thanksgiving meal at 2 p.m. Mountain, and it is already 11:30. So shorter stream today, but that's okay. Now, we already have our very first Trump supporter of the, I don't know, afternoon? We could call it afternoon. Loaded into the live stream. Their name is Patriot Paul, 1776. And Patriot Paul, you said that you're 19 and you're a big Trump guy?
I am.
Do you mind if I start this debate off with a question?
Sure.
Sounds good, Paul. So if you consider yourself to be a patriot, I mean, hey, it's literally in your name. That means that you care about core American values, correct?
I do.
Okay, you do. Fantastic. Would you agree that the Constitution is a core American value?
I would say so.
So you care about that Constitution?
I do.
Okay. And imagine like we had like a Democrat run for the office of the presidency that was like blatantly anti-Constitution. Maybe they burned a flag and said they wanted to destroy the Constitution. Maybe they explicitly called for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found within the Constitution. Would you argue that they are an anti-American traitor that should never serve as the president of the United States of America?
I would say that, yeah.
So Donald Trump called for the termination of the Constitution in December of 2022. In fact, what I just said was a quote from his Truth Social. You know when I said they called for the termination of all the, quote, rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution? I am quoting Trump. Not to mention, he's launched an attack on the Constitution in the last 10 months of his presidency, including amendments such as the 1st, 2nd, 10th, 14th, and 22nd.
The thing, okay.
So you said that if a Democrat ran for president and had done these things, they'd be an anti-American traitor that should never serve as our president. So because Trump has done these things, he's obviously an anti-American traitor too, right?
Listen, I don't think that Trump is the best at
Okay, well, why isn't he an anti-American traitor that should never serve as president? I thought that's what we just agreed on.
but he's Trump though.
Oh, exactly. So just because he's Trump, it doesn't really matter that he's called for the termination of the Constitution.
But are we not going to address the fact that he caused one of the biggest job and wage growth in COVID-19? He helped with tax cuts. He caused strong GDP growth. He's been excellent for the economy.
Okay, well, I mean, that's a really big pivot. That's a massive pivot. I mean, we could like quickly address those points. Like, for instance, you said that he caused massive GDP growth. The GDP went down in the first quarter of this year. The Fed is telling us that it's projected to go down in the fourth quarter as well. Like, not to mention like other facts as well. Like you said that he caused massive wage growth. Wage growth was faster under the Biden-Harris administration compared to Trump in his first term. You said that he caused massive job gains through his tax cuts. Brookings, a financial institution, told us that his tax cuts led to no macro-level business reinvestment, which means big companies did not take the additional money they got because of their tax cuts, and they didn't reinvest it back into hiring more employees. Not to mention that our unemployment had at lower levels under Biden compared to Trump in his first term, and unemployment has only been rising so far under Donald Trump's second term. So, like even your pivot there, talking about these fake facts of the economy, is just atrocious. But simultaneously, I'm almost done. I'm almost done, sir.
Okay,
Simultaneously, I just want you to keep in mind that as we're speaking, you are experiencing cognitive dissonance. You said if a Democrat ran for president and called for the termination of the Constitution, they'd be an anti-American traitor that should never serve as our president. But then as soon as Trump does it, you still call yourself a patriot and you support him as president. I mean, you can't make that up. That is cognitive dissonance at its finest. And you will not be able to give a counter argument to that position. And that's why when I stop talking and you start talking, you're just going to try to find a way to pivot and deflect away from giving a counter argument to that position.
Well, Trump has done a lot of good. Yes, there are some things I don't think he's uh, gives the best view sometimes, but
Okay,
I
but
I
when it
think
once
that
again when it was a hypothetical Democrat, you didn't say, well, maybe that's not the best view. When it was a hypothetical Democrat saying these things, you didn't say, well, like maybe like if they did some good, I'd be okay with them. Okay, when it was a hypothetical Democrat, you literally said that they would be an anti-American traitor.
to be honest with you, I think the reason that I voted for Trump and why I'm a Republican is because of my family's views, and uh, that's just all I grew up with.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I mean, do you want to try to respond to the argument I gave you, or are you just kind of like letting it rest? I could give you another one. Like, if we had a Democrat serving as president that like called for the execution of Republicans, would they be an anti-American traitor in that circumstance too?
Yeah.
Okay, Donald Trump did that 3 days ago to the Democrats. Okay, he literally said hang them.
And where's this proof?
Oh, yeah, no, it's True Social. He was going on a rampage about Democrats in Congress that suggested to our military that they disobey any unlawful orders that he would give them. And then he responded to it by calling it seditious, saying that it's punishable by death, and reposted one of his followers' comments saying to literally hang them. So, like, once again, if we have a president and they're a Democrat, they'd be an anti-American traitor if they called for the termination, and they'd be an anti-American traitor if they called for the execution of their political opponents. But if we have a president and it's Trump, you still support him even though he's called for the termination of the Constitution, and you're likely going to continue to support him even though he called for the execution of Democrats. This isn't being honest. This is like willful disengagement from your responsibility as a voter. Shout out to Locke in the YouTube chat. I thought that was a bar.
So I
And,
have a
and on
question
top
for
of
you.
that, it's just the active and ongoing obvious experience of cognitive dissonance.
So how would you want me and other Trump supporters to educate ourselves?
Okay, well, I mean, by hopefully realizing that if you're going to hold a standard to anybody but Trump, you should hold it to Trump too.
But what sources should we look from? What platforms should we use?
I
What
mean,
website?
I just gave you like all relevant sources to justify all of the claims that I made so far. So can you respond to the two
That's
arguments
what
that I've given you so far? I can hold your hand if you want. Do you want me to tell you precisely what I'd like be interested in you responding to?
Sure.
Okay. I've already, like, you've only been up here for like 10 minutes and I've already repeated it 5 times. Okay. But like, let me like repeat it for a sixth. I want you to respond to the fact that you said if we had a president and he was anybody but Trump and they called for the termination of the Constitution, they'd be an anti-American traitor. But then when it's Trump, you don't care. Okay. I also want you to respond to the fact that if we had a president that was anybody but Trump that called for the execution of their political opponents, that would also make them an anti-American traitor. But then when Trump does it, you don't care. Those are the two succinct things that I'd like you to respond to, Paul.
Well, I think Trump has done a lot of good for our country, and whether he has,
Paul, could you please respond to the two positions that I just brought up? Actually, can you repeat them? Can you repeat what I just said just to make sure that you're following? I think that's a really good question for me to ask you, Paul. By the way, I didn't mute him. He muted himself. Literally, so I want you to repeat the two questions I just asked you. Okay? I want to make sure that you're comprehending them all right.
hold on, I might need to use my anxiety pen for a second.
Take a rip, man. Take a rip, and then repeat the two questions I just asked you.
Thank you.
How long is it going to take him? Just to repeat. Two questions. Oh my God. Unreal. 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 Oh, and he left. Okay, so maybe that's why we're not getting any Trump supporters, because they just can't. They can't engage. Okay, hey Paul, you're spineless, buddy. Moving on to the next guest right now, guys. On the opposite side of that queue, if you happen to be a Trump supporter, That is Macca. We're gonna get that next guest up in the box right now. Makai, thank you so much for the motorcycle over on TikTok. I appreciate you for the love. Yeah, Paul just hit the fucking road. Paul just hit the fucking road. Okay, goodbye, Paul. Hello, do you sport Trump?
Real quick. I'm on.
It's a child. Moving on, guys. Make sure if you find yourself inside of that box that you're at least an adult. Come on, y'all. Follow the rules here. I mean, like right now we have 10.5 thousand people joining us already, watching us already over on
Yo,
TikTok.
Dean, I'll slap the shit out you, bro.
You're not
I ain't
Jeff
gonna lie.
Teague, buddy. Calm down.
I'll slap the shit out
You're
you.
not Jeff Teague, buddy. You're not that guy. Calm down. Calm down.
I'll Charlie
You're
Kirk your ass, boy.
you're embarrassing yourself. Calm down. This isn't you.
I'll slap you right in the fucking
It's
neck,
just
you little fucker.
this isn't you.
The fuck up. Do
This
you even know how
isn't
to
you.
fight?
Do you
You
know
know
how
how to
to
fight?
do you know how to think? Do you know how to use your brain to
Yeah, I
think,
know
make
how to think.
rational
I'm
thought?
intelligent.
Okay. How many continents
up.
are there?
I'll slap the fuck out of you, fucker.
Okay, but what you're not going to
Bitch ass
slap
boy,
is
you're weak.
A plus on that
Box me,
geography test. You're telling me that you don't even know how many continents there are?
Box me, pussy.
If you
That's
don't
what
know
reminds
if
me
you
of
don't know
you,
how many
fucker.
continents there are, then how do you possibly know how to throw a punch?
I'll slap you with my fucking dick.
Ah, well, somebody sounds very angry.
fucker.
You know what, Connor? I'm just gonna go ahead and send you back out to the chat. I'm gonna put you on timeout. I just want you to sit back. I want you to take a break. I want you to, learn to calm down your frustrations. You're obviously a very angry and stupid guy. Dude, what a terrible combination. So that combination of being angry and stupid is gonna get you nowhere in life. And I honestly feel bad. I feel bad for him. Okay, I think he needs a hug. What's up?
Oh,
You sport
yes,
Trump?
Daddy.
Okay, I'm gonna just gotta remove you pretty quickly. Moving on to the next guest right now, guys. Go ahead and hop inside of that queue if you are an American adult that supports Trump as president. Here we go, everybody. Just looking for some debates. Hopefully with some people that aren't as violent as that last guest, I don't know, man. I just come on here talking about the facts, trying to have a legitimate political debate. I guess the only response is, no, I want to slap you. Come on, bro. Yeah, come on. What's up? Do you support Trump? Hello? Okay, well, they're not here. Let's go to move on to the next guest right now, everybody. Let's go to get Jacko loaded up into the queue right now, guys. In the meantime, while we're working on getting that next guest in here, I got a couple people to thank. Thank you guys so much for all the love for Thanksgiving over on PayPal and Venmo. Hey, Kim, thank you so much for the $5 over on PayPal. And Sophia, thank you for the $3. Then over on Venmo, Donald, thank you for the $30 saying Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to yourself, my friend. Show some love to Donald down below in that chat for the 30. Seriously, that is a lot of money. That's very kind of you, Donald. Justin, thank you for the $10 over on Venmo. Tiffany with a 5. Caitlin, thank you so much for the 10. And I just read your message, Caitlin. I'm happy to hear that you regret voting for Trump. I'm happy that the lives have had that impact on you. That is exactly why I host them. And then Micah, thank you for the $30 too over at Venmo, who says, for my birthday to you, happy Thanksgiving. Well, Micah, happy Thanksgiving. And it sounds like it's your birthday as well. Well, that's crazy that your birthday fell on Thanksgiving. Huge shout out to you if it is your birthday. Happy birthday, Micah. And thank you so much for the $30. As well as Amanda, thank you for the $10 on Venmo, who says happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much, you guys. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Hello, yes. I am a little bit skeptical about Trump.
Ooh, what time is it, Jacko?
Bit later here.
All right, so then you're not American, I'd assume. Only join in the box if you are an American citizen, you guys. We're looking for American adults that still somehow support Trump as president. We're trying to do some Thanksgiving debates. And I don't really think that we're getting many of them. We're 25 minutes into the stream. We had one Trump supporter up here. His name was Patriot Paul. He didn't last much longer than 2 questions. That was pretty embarrassing for Patriot Paul. What's up, Christian? Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
All right, how do you?
I'm 23.
Okay, and welcome in. Listen, how the hell do you still support this spineless tyrant as president? Okay,
Fuck you, Dean. I slapped the fuck out of you.
another very violent Trump supporter. How many continents are there? Can you answer the question?
Fuck you, man.
How many
You so
continents are
feminine,
there?
bro. I actually slapped the fuck out of you.
Can you tell me how many continents there are?
You feminine as fuck.
Okay, it makes so much sense. Makes so much sense. The two people that have come up here and been like, I'm gonna slap you so hard. Also don't even have the education of a 3rd grader. Guys, that's why it's important to stay in school. It is genuine. He couldn't even pronounce feminine either. You're so feminine. You're so feminine. Oh my God. All right. Moving on to the next guest right now. All right. Because I'm so feminine. I'm so feminine, guys. I'm so feminine, guys. Come on. What a weirdo. All right. We got that next guest loaded up in here. We get some W feminims in the chat. Some W feminims in the chat. All right, guys. We're still looking for the next Trump supporter so far, right? We've had 3 Trump supporters up here so far. I mean, the last 2 have just been violent, right? They're not even here for a debate. They're just here to be violent, apparently. What's going on, Patriot Zach? Do you support Trump?
Oh yeah.
All right. What about you, Braden?
Yo.
Braden's a very small child. Zach, how old are you?
19.
What year were you born in?
06.
Okay. What month?
March.
You'd be 19, Zach. I'm sorry you can't do math either. Moving on to the next guest, JB. You know, that is a really easy way, right, to like weed out the fetus Trump supporters, right? Because you can't really do math, right? You know what I mean? So it's really hard for them to, you know, tell me what year they were born in, like on the spot, because that would require, you know, decent math ability. What's up? Do you support Trump, JB?
Yup.
Okay. And how old are you?
19.
I think that was the other person that made that weird sound. Okay, and why the hell do you support this tyrant, JB?
I honestly don't have like a definite reason, and I'm not opposed to hearing like the other side of things.
Okay, well, I mean, what puts you on that side?
Just family, to be honest. I was raised around family and friends that were all Trump supporters.
Oh, wait, 1 second. Chat, did that guy say 19? I swear to God he said 18. 1 second. We need to play back the clip. 1 second. 1 second. I just... Thank you. I'm sorry. I was talking to my girlfriend. I thought that last guest said 18. Let's go ahead and roll back the clip. Let's see what they said. Aiden's a very small child. Zach, how old are you?
19.
What year were you born? Oh, wait. That kind of does sound like 19 now that I play it back. A very small child. Zach, how old are you?
19.
What year were you born? I don't know. What do you think, JB? Did he say 18 or 19?
I think he said 19, but
Okay.
the audio kind of cut low key.
Yeah. Well, I think that he said 19 too. I think I was wrong. I'm gonna go and get Zach back up here. JB, do you want to hop back in that queue?
Yeah, that's cool.
19.
I appreciate that, man. All right, my apologies for removing you, Zach. I thought you said you were 18. Now, welcome back. Welcome back. Tell us why you support Trump.
Economy, everything, you know. I think he's doing such an amazing job, to be honest.
You think he's doing an amazing job with the economy. So what's your favorite economic policy?
I'm gonna slap the fuck out of you.
Okay. So another small brain? Dude, the Trump supporters, they can't debate. I mean, what a win. What a win for the Democrats. So, I mean, as soon as you could like put like a Democrat on a pedestal in front of 12,000 people and just have them be like, "Hey, listen, if you support Trump, come give me a reason." And no one can. Just like, what a win. What a win. We're winning today, guys. I got a smile on my face because we are winning today. Dude, let's get some W's in the chat for the massive wins that we're taking because the Trump supporters can't debate. Like, I mean, that guy's name was Patriot Zach. That guy's profile picture was Trump. He was a big Trump supporter. And even he knew, right, that he couldn't debate me. He knew he couldn't do it. He knew he couldn't do it. They hate facts. They hate critical thought. And I make them think, so they hate me. What's up? Do you support Trump, Chris?
I'm not too sure on that, honestly.
Okay, well, we're just looking for Trump supporters, so I'm going to have to go and remove you here. Let's move on to the next guest. We got Johnny loading up into the box right now, guys, as well as we're going to go to get JB back. All right, just looking for a debate. We're now 30 minutes into the stream. We've only had one so far today. This is embarrassing for MAGA. Johnny, do you support Trump? No, Johnny's not here. This is so embarrassing for MAGA. This is so embarrassing, okay? You know what, JB? Let me ask you a question. So why do you think that Trump is a good president? Why do you decide to stay on that side of history when there are so few arguments for why he's a good president? I could be standing in front of a crowd of over 12,000 people saying that all the Trump supporters watching are embarrassing the fuck out of themselves because now we've been live for 32 minutes and we still haven't heard a single argument from a single Trump supporter insofar as why he's a good president. Like, why do you choose to be on that side of history?
honestly don't have a great reason.
Right, exactly. Even you don't have a reason. So it's like, shit, no Trump supporter so far today has had a reason. You don't have a reason. Okay, maybe that just means that there's no reasons to support him.
Okay, why would I support your side though? Like I could say the same about you.
Okay, well, right now the topic of the live is just to get people to stop supporting Trump. Right, like you could be a Republican and not like Trump. Right, and all that I'm trying to do is just to get people to take that first step.
That's fair.
So we have a
beyond.
collective. We have a collective of 12.2 thousand people. Okay, that is a shit ton of people. Not one person out of the 12.2 thousand people watching can give a reason why Trump is a good president. Why doesn't that fact alone convince you that he's probably not actually a good president?
So you're saying this is beyond politics. It's not something against the Republican Party, but against Donald Trump specifically.
Well, just the purpose of the live once again is to make people take that first step, okay, away from Trump. All right. Now, obviously, I want you to leave the Republican Party too, but it's just the first step away from Trump. So, but could you please answer the question that I asked you, like genuinely? If we're in a crowd of over 12,000 people, no one can give a good reason why Trump's a good president. Why isn't that enough reason to believe that he isn't? Like, listen, like even this guy, like we'll just bring like Patriot Zach back for a second, right? This is the guy that came up and he's like, I'm going to slap this shit out of you, right? He came up here, he got emotional and he got violent because he supports Trump. I don't. And when asked for a reason, he couldn't give one, right? Like,
Yo, D, are you gay?
yeah,
Are
like
you gay?
this is like the type of fool right here,
Yo,
right?
D,
That
I'll
should
slap the fuck out of you.
Exactly. Like, listen to him, JB. Like, why doesn't that make you want to stop supporting Trump?
That's fair. Like the aggression.
Right. You know, so if there's no good reason to support him, you probably shouldn't support him.
That's valid. I respect that.
Okay, well, thank you so much, JB. Okay, maybe the Trump supporters coming up here and being violent, right, are like doing something positive for us to be able to get more people's minds out of the gutter, right? More people on the right side of history. We're going to continue to look here for a good reason, but there just isn't any. I mean, if you ever like want to feel like you're on the right side of history, I mean, I hope that this live does that for you. I mean, like seriously, guys, it's bad out there. No good reason to support this tyrant. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Dean, my birthday was November 2nd. Can you buy me the Mortal Kombat Elder God bundle?
No, because we're just looking for debates, man. We're at 34 minutes and we still haven't had one. Really rough day today, guys. Well, I mean, we'll continue to try here. I usually like don't go beyond an hour. So if we get to an hour with no debates, we're just going to call it a day. Moving on to the next guest right now, guys. Where are we at? Okay, this guy named Shane says that he has a good reason to support Trump as president. Let's go ahead and get him up here.
Actually, I do have about Donald Trump's character. My dad had cancer.
How old are
and 33.
And you support Trump as president?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
My dad had cancer.
Do you mind if I thank a couple people?
Yeah, real quick, yeah.
Okay, Zoe, thank you for the $5 over on Venmo. Who says thank you and you thankful for you and your contribution to society. Thank you so much, Dean. Oh, Zoe, well, thank you for being here. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for you. Thank you for the $5. Show some love to Zoe down below, as well as Kaylee. Thank you so much for the $10 over on Venmo. Who says got shunned away from the table for watching you in a house of cardboard cutout with a cardboard cutout of Trump. Lol. Thankful for you allowing me to eat by myself in the living room today. A cardboard cutout of Trump is crazy, Kaylee. Dude, all of the love to you. I'm sorry that you have to deal with that. Thank you for the $10. Then Sean, thank you for the $5. Isis, thank you for the $5. And Emily, thank you so much for the $50 over on Venmo. Holy shit, Emily. Emily with a $50 says, thankful for you, Dean. Keep fighting the good fight. Happy Thanksgiving. Emily, I'm so thankful for you as well. Thank you for being here. I hope that you're enjoying this stream, and thank you for the $50. While we're hopping into this next debate, guys, please show some love to Emily down below in that chat for the insane levels of love. as well as Addie, thank you for the $50, and Hope, thank you for the $50 on PayPal. Hope with the $50 says, I haven't donated in a while, Dean, but go get a Thanksgiving anxiety pin. Yo, I'm very thankful for you, Hope. Thank you for the $50. I hope that you have a great day today. Show some love to Emily and Hope. And then Addie with the $50 says, Happy Thanksgiving, Dean. I'm seeing MAGA Family tomorrow, and I've learned so much from you that I'm finally not scared to question/debate them. Addie, you are here almost every single day. We all love you. Thank you for the $50. Happy Thanksgiving to yourself. And thank you for the love. Show some love to Emily, Addie, and Hope, all for the $50 donations down below in that chat. Thank you guys so much. Now, go ahead and take it away, Shane. Why the hell do you support this predator tyrant as president?
So I helped on his 2016 campaign. My dad had cancer. President Trump read about me in the Washington Post, reached out, gave me $10,000. And then once he found out that I was sleeping in my car and I gave it to my father who was suffering cancer, then he paid over $200,000 to save my dad. It's a true story. You can look it up. It's featured in the Washington Post. I have no reason to lie to you. I don't know if you ever heard that story or not.
I think if it wasn't featured in the Washington Post, then I might introspect for a second, and I might be like, maybe he really cares. But I think the fact that it was featured in the Washington Post during an election season tells me everything I need to know.
Yeah. But anyways, my dad's cancer.
So are you basically telling me that he bought your support?
No, I'm just saying I got to know him as I guess the personal side of him, and I just want to come on here and tell a positive story.
Well, I mean everything that everything that I know about his personal side is pretty atrocious. Like when he raped Dejan Carroll, sexually exploited women and girls at Miss Teen USA and Miss USA, and boasted about it to Mr. Stern. Calls women piggies, calls women ugly. Sexualized a 10-year-old girl. I mean, it just kind of sounds like he bought your support.
No. You're taking this way too far. No, I just honestly judge people based on how he treated me, and he always every time that me and my dad ever needed something, he always took care of it. Always, took the time to, just
so why don't you judge him on how he treats the country, how he treats other people too, all right? Like, I'm not gonna lie, man. I bet Trump really does love his loyalists. I mean, look at the way that he treated the J6 riders that he got to insurrect their capital and smear their shit on the walls inside after trying to kill cops. He gave them full presidential pardons and called them patriots. Okay, when you're loyal to him, all right, he's gonna show you some gratitude in return. Okay, but I feel like the real heinous aspect of who Trump is comes in when you're not loyal to him. Okay, when you don't like him. All right, that's when he really starts hurting you. All right, he sees that the people who don't like him like food stamps and social safety nets, and that's why he refused to abide by a court order to fund them during the 12 days of November the government was shut down. Okay, he sees that the people who don't like him like Medicaid, so he took 10 million people off it. He sees that he has a low approval rating amongst Black Americans and women, so he turned around, defunded HBCUs, right? Made DEI the new N-word, raped a woman, and took away their access to health care, right? But when he likes you, when you're good to him, he'll be good to you. Doesn't surprise me that he gave you $10,000 the same way it doesn't surprise me that he gave his J6 rioters full presidential pardons.
Well, I just wanted to come on here and tell you what he's done for me and my family, and wish you a happy Thanksgiving, Dean.
But can you I'm sorry, man. This has been 40 minutes. I haven't had a single Trump supporter this whole time be able to explain to me why he's a good president for the governance of this country. Why do you think that is, right? Because even it sounds like yourself, like you don't even want to respond to any of the points that I just brought up. You don't want to engage in an argument about me with me insofar as why he's a good president.
Well,
why do you think that why do you genuinely? Why do you think that no one out there, right, wants to debate me? Do you think that like MAGA's scared of me?
Oh, that's why I popped in here. I'm definitely not scared.
Okay, so then engage in the counter arguments that I gave to your position, or just give one to demonstrate that he's effective as the president, right? It's been 40 minutes and we haven't had anyone. Like, come on. What are the facts here? Respond to what I said. Like, why am I having to pressure Trump supporters into responding to my arguments insofar as why he's a bad president?
So obviously you think Biden's a lot better president.
Yeah, we could talk about Biden as soon as we're done talking about Trump. Okay, but like first, that would require you responding to like the billion and
Come
one
on,
reasons I
Dean.
gave to you why Trump is a bad president.
Can I ask
I'm
you an honest
having to
question?
like push Trump supporters into like debating me. Like,
Hey, are
holy
you
shit.
and Harry? Do you and Harry? Are you and Harry good friends? Just curious.
I mean, the short answer is no, right? But could you please respond to the reasons that I gave you insofar as why is that? Like, I'm honestly getting a little bored, right? Like, come on, bro. Like, Trump sucks. Like, give me something. Trump's a tyrant.
Oh,
He's
dude.
infringed on 4 amendments of the American Constitution in the last 10 months. He infringed on the first by saying that it's illegal to criticize him in the media. He tried to infringe on the second by directing his DOJ to try to find a way to ban any and all gun ownership for law-abiding trans-American citizens. And he's gone! Brother! Dude! I'm like, whoa! What do we do? What do we do? Chat, what do we do? We finally hit the wall. We finally hit the wall, everybody. MAGA is gone. They've vanished into thin air. MAGA's fucking gone. I think that maybe my job is done. My job might be done, guys. We might be nearing the end of these daily debate streams because my job might be done. I might have changed everybody's mind and socially scrutinized and scared away the Trump supporters whose minds I was unable to change. Okay, it has been almost an hour since we started our live. Okay, and we have had many Trump supporters up here. Not a single counter argument this whole time, bro. We are cooking, okay? More than just a turkey today. Welcome in. Do you support Trump? Hello? I'm going to give you around 5 seconds, MMA God. Doesn't even sound like he's here. We're going to get that next guest, Harold, up in here. We're cooking more than a turkey today, guys. What's up, Harold? Do you support Trump?
Hey, young fella. Yes, I do, Dean.
Okay. All right, Harold. Well, thank you for joining us. Please give me a second here. I have a couple people to thank because we have some big fucking donors. Oh my goodness. Rachel. Thank you so much for the $100 over on Venmo. Rachel, I'm just going to put you on mute, Harold, because there's a little bit of feedback. Rachel, thank you for the $100 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Rachel. That is crazy. That is so incredibly kind. That is so incredibly generous. I'm so very thankful for you, Rachel. Rachel with $100 says, for the voice I wish I had, keep on keeping on. Rachel, thank you for being here. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope that you have a great, abundant day. And thank you for the $100 donation, guys. Please, while we're hopping into this debate with Harold, show some love to Rachel down below in the chat. Her name is spelled Rachelle. Thank you for the $100. It means the absolute world. I don't even deserve that. That is so insane to me. As well as Kim, thank you for the $25 who says Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to yourself as well, Kim. Show some love to Rachel and Kim down below. If you're watching and you're like, hey, I like this Dean guy, I like these streams, you can find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio on TikTok at the top of the phone screen and in the pinned message over on YouTube. But Harold, I just sent you an invite to turn that mic back on. I'd love to have a dialogue, brother.
Dean, I'm here.
Okay, Harold. So why the hell do you support this tyrant?
Well, Dean, just for me now, I just think it's finally someone stood up and did things different than every other government did in this world. And one thing I am proud of, and people mightn't agree with me, I believe in the end, Trump will save a lot of children this way, making two genders, man and woman.
Harold, are you an American?
No, I'm from Canada.
Harold, you understand that he wants to like annex your country?
Oh, well, we probably be do better if we were with Trump anyway. Canada ain't nothing to talk about. I'm glad I'm living here, but we could do a lot better in life too.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I just feel so bad for your delusional mind, Harold.
Why don't we go back onto my
Listen.
topic about the two genders?
Okay, so Donald Trump signed an EO into law saying that there's only men and women, males and females. Did you know in accordance with his executive order, right? I am a woman. So are you.
I don't know. I'm no woman. I'm a man. I won't debate that.
According to Trump, you are a woman. You are a woman. Because in accordance with that executive order, they said that manness, being a man, starts at the moment of conception, predicated on the sex characteristics present at the moment of conception. They also said that femaleness starts at the moment of conception, predicated on the size of the sex characteristics present at the moment of conception. However, sex characteristics become different from women and men, males and females, at 7 to 8 gestational weeks with the activation or the lack thereof of the SRY gene. For males, okay, the SRY gene activates, and then they start developing different sex characteristics. For females, the SRY gene stays dormant, stays inactive, and they continue down the same trajectory they were already on. And because of that, right, at the moment of conception, in a sense, we're all like technically females in a way, right? Therefore, in accordance with his executive order, we're technically females. Okay, Harold? Are you sure you really like that, EO?
I'm glad there's only 2 genders. There's all there ever will be,
No,
man and woman.
but
Have
like
a
I
good day.
said, there's not even 2. There's 1. He left 2. I guess it just tells me I'm just giving the defeater arguments. Like, I guess that just tells me that, like, I'm doing something good here. Hello,
Dean.
Trey. Do you support Trump?
Nah, I got a question for you, bro.
I'm just looking to talk to Trump supporters, so you take care. We're going to move on to the next guest right now, folks. Everybody just do give us a moment so we could get that next Trump supporter loaded up into the live. We're trying to find someone who will, like, stick around for longer than 30 seconds. A little bit hard to find right now. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so when you give your shitty reason why you support Trump and I debunk it, are you going to stick around or leave like every single guest we've had in the last 50 minutes? Let's just get this one out of the way.
I would, because you're not speaking logic. You're speaking outrageous. It's very outrageous. That doesn't make sense.
Well, I could help you make it.
So
make
I
sense.
would
And
hang
on a
up
real
with that.
note.
Of course I would. 100%.
Oh, God. Okay.
If you're gonna sit there and tell me that, what's your facts? What's your facts? Sometimes in these type of a conversation, you don't need facts. It's just logic.
So why do you support Trump?
Because he basically started with talking about peace and was talking about taking illegal aliens out of United States, which the Democrat Party was saying, oh, they were here legally. Bullshit. And there's a lot of more to it than that.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Okay. So I know that you said that we don't need facts. I think we kind of do. So I'm going to ask you to share.
No, when it's logic, we don't.
Okay. So
when it's delusional facts, then I'm going to hang up.
So you're saying that when we are using logic, we don't need to use facts. Well, when you're using logic like appropriately and correctly, it amounts right to fact, right? Like for instance, I could use logic to determine right that like a squared circle can't exist and so be logically contradictory, right?
Okay,
thereby, it is a fact that a squared circle can't exist because of the underlying logic. But
So
I mean,
are you saying that the reason why Donald Trump is a bad person is because he wanted people who are citizens who should be respected and be treated like citizens of the United States, and that is what the support of citizenship should be in the United States. But having to give food stamps that are $25,000 food stamp money to illegals is a lot more important than actual citizens of the United States.
I know that you said you don't like facts. Do you know what the Personal Work Order and Responsibility Act of 1997 is?
I do like facts, but your facts are delusional.
Do you know
Your
what
facts
the?
talking about?
Do you know what the Personal
why
Work
a
Order?
man
Do you know what
is
the?
not a
Do you
man
know what
or
the?
a woman
Do you,
is a
hey,
trans is not
sir,
a woman? You know,
sir,
these type of things are ridiculous.
my friend Sean.
But
Do you,
go ahead.
Do you know what the Personal Work Order and Responsibility Act of 1997 is?
Sorry, I'm not very well. Mm, uh, I don't know much about that.
We could tell.
But go ahead.
We could tell.
Explain.
We could tell.
Yeah.
So the
Of course.
Personal Work Order and Responsibility Act in 1997 was a bill passed by our federal Congress to strictly limit the dissemination of public welfare benefits to lawful residents and legal citizens, preventing them from being disseminated to undocumented immigrants. And this is why on USDA.org, sorry, not .org, .gov, right, on the federal level, right, they'll tell you that the only people who are eligible for their benefits are residents and citizens. Undocumented immigrants cannot receive them. So when you just try to tell us that our federal government was sending $25,000 in food stamps to every undocumented immigrant, you were wrong. I mean, it's been expressly illegal and forbidden since the 90s.
Yeah, well, someone was basically on an interview saying that she was in line and her food stamp was showing that there was $25,000 in her receipt balance. This is something that had happened.
Okay, so you're probably talking about a citizen, right, who experienced a temporary glitch with the USDA system and was, given, right, like the wrong
During
amount
the
of money
Biden
for her food
administration.
stamp,
During the Biden administration.
Okay, I don't really care. I mean, I don't expect.
Okay, well, I don't really care about your.
So the reason why I don't really care, Sean, is because I don't expect, right, like any like banking system, any money transfer system to like always be perfect. I mean, like we hear about like incorrect bank deposits made from banks all around this country, or like every day, right? It's just, it's so common, right, that we've already had our legislators pass laws to criminalize the intentional use of misappropriated funds, such as your bank making an incorrect transfer into your account, so on and
Let
so
me
forth.
ask
But
you
like, I just
question.
want you to clarify here, right? Because you did say that undocumented immigrants were getting food stamps from our federal government. I've now given you the facts to demonstrate that that does not occur, right?
That's fine. And let me ask you this.
Okay, so it's fine that you were wrong.
No, I was not wrong.
Okay, so could
I'm
you please give a
giving you
counter
what-
argument to the facts that I granted you, considering the fact that I literally gave you withstanding federal policy to demonstrate that undocumented immigrants legally cannot receive food stamps from our federal government?
Well, that was happening in Biden
What's your
administration.
evidence? What is your
They were
evidence of that?
getting- What is my evidence? I'm seeing it before my eye. That's my evidence.
Okay, well, you don't like see
But let me
individuals
ask
get
you
food stamps
something
since it's
else.
typically
But let me
something
ask
that's
you-
digital.
Dean,
Plus, you
let me
can't
ask
look
you
at somebody
something
with your eyes and determine that they're an
Let me ask you
undocumented
something
immigrant.
else. Do you think, let's be a little logic and let's see if you can say this. Do you think Biden administration did nothing wrong?
I think that they did a couple things wrong. I wasn't really a big fan of how like pro-Israel they were. Weren't a big fan of how they didn't try to push
agree
for the
with you
federal
on that.
codification of any legislation, to protect women and girls' access to abortion. But I will ask you to stop pivoting, and I will ask you to engage in the counter argument that I gave to your position when you attempted to argue that undocumented immigrants get food stamps in this country from the federal government.
I didn't pivot, actually. I was
You
telling
did because
you.
you were talking about. You asked me if I think that Biden did anything wrong, which is like totally conceptually unrelated to the counter argument that I gave you to demonstrate, right? That undocumented immigrants cannot get food stamps from the federal government. Do you need me to explain to you what a pivot is so you could like understand better?
No, I understand what pivot is, but what I'm saying is when I'm seeing it in my own eye.
So how have you seen an undocumented immigrant get food stamps from the federal government? Exactly.
Because I actually saw it. They were in front of that grocery store and asking for money, as well as his friend who was going to the grocery store and getting money with a card.
Okay, so you saw a friend of somebody.
Am I pivoting here?
So let me just get this straight. I just really want to understand your argument. So you're saying that you saw
Okay.
somebody begging for money in front of a grocery
Can
store.
we change the topic now and let's get to what the Biden administration has done that has helped the citizens of the United States, and and Trump is doing now that is not helping the citizens of the United States? Can we go? So as you said, I'm pivoting. I gave you my answer, and that is what you're gonna get.
Can we just discuss your answer real quick?
No, because I'm going to tell you something now, like how you always pivot to other people's questions and their opinion. You pivot too. And I've noticed that. You and your stupid ass Parker friend who hate Charlie Kirk so much. God rest his soul.
Oh my goodness, you're a very interesting person. You know what?
You are interesting.
You know
too.
what? To hell with it.
When you were, and what's funny is when I saw when I saw you live and crying because of Charlie Kirk's death, I'm like, oh, I guess Dean is crying because, oops, Parker started crying too at the Utah thing. Oh, I should have done what he did, and that's what you did on your live podcast right now, like a couple 3 weeks ago, or maybe a month ago.
Well,
almost.
Very interesting. Very interesting thought there. You think that
very, because it's the truth. You and Parker are a joke.
Dude,
You
that
and
got
Parker are a
me
joke.
like canceled on the left, man, a little bit, right? Like, why would I force myself to do something that led to a very
Because
infamous
you thought
cancellation?
that, I should have done what Parker did. Oops, let me do it in 2 weeks.
Do you know why
And that's
Parker
what
was
you did.
crying?
What?
Do you know why Parker was crying?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh my goodness, I can't believe this happened. Oh my goodness, I was there. Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. He was 30 feet away. He watched somebody that he personally knew, regardless if he liked it or not,
How convenient
get
to make
fucking
a video.
shot in the neck, right?
How convenient is that for Parker to put on a show with who hated him so much, turn on his freaking iPhone or whatever the fuck phone he's got, and start making a video out of that just to show on live or what to show on TikTok or Facebook or whatever. That's so convenient for him. Who you and Parker and Harry hated him so much about.
Catalina, thank you for the $15 over on Venmo, who says Happy Thanksgiving, Dean. Happy Thanksgiving, Catalina. If we could all please show some
Anyways,
love.
I'm bored. Bye, Dean.
Oh, come on,
I'm
don't.
hanging up
So
now.
before you hang up, like every other
No,
Trump supporter, I'm just going to go ahead and address all the shitty points that you've made so far. So first and foremost, you tried to justify this claim of yours that undocumented immigrants are getting food stamps by our federal government by saying that you thought you saw an undocumented immigrant begging for money in front of a grocery store. Then you thought that you saw their friend go into that grocery store with a card. So first and foremost, assuming that they were an undocumented immigrant and assuming that their friend was an undocumented immigrant, you understand that undocumented immigrants in some circumstances could still have cards that are pulling from like a bank account that they have opened with the use of an ITIN, not like an EBT card, not to mention that you wouldn't be able to tell that they are an undocumented immigrant just by looking at them. And then secondly, about all the shit that you're just saying about Parker, right? I mean, I don't think it was convenient at all for him to have to watch somebody get fucking executed in front of him from 30 feet away. And I think that it's weird and disgusting of you to take that and to use it against him, right? I mean, come on. Now, he left just like every other guest. We've been live so far for an hour. The guests today have just been abysmal. Like, holy, like actually abysmal. Actually abysmal, everybody. These people are just like gone. These people are gone. Like, oh my goodness. What do you think the average IQ has been of the guests on this stream so far today? Let me know down below in that chat. But seriously, Catalina, thank you for the $15 while we're getting that next guest loaded up into the live, guys. Please show some love to Catalina down below. Please show some love to Catalina. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my love. Sorry, I was talking to my girlfriend. We are going to go to get that next guest loaded up in here. Also, Sarah, thank you for the $10 who says, wishing you a happy Thanksgiving. We were woken up in Alaska with a 6.0 earthquake. Oh my God. Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't even hear about that. Hopefully, like, you guys are all right. Thank you for the $10. Best wishes to you and your family, Sarah. And then Timothy, thank you for the $5. Brianna, thank you for the $10. She says happy Thanksgiving. And happy Thanksgiving, Brianna. All the love in the world to you. And Sean, thank you for the $5. Then over on PayPal, Teresa, that is Tressa. Thank you so much for the $20. Happy Thanksgiving, Teresa. Thank you so much for your kindness and your generosity. Show some love to Teresa down below in that comment section. As well as Addie, that is ADDY. Thank you for another $30 who said, had to donate again because someone in the chat claims I'm supporting a quote-unquote grifter and is mad, so I'm going to show my support even more. Let's go. W Grift and W Addie for the $30. Excuse me, for the $30. Thank you. And then Allison, thank you as well for the $30 on Venmo, who says happy Thanksgiving, Dean. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Allison. Guys, thank you so much for all the love. Like, seriously, I really appreciate the outpour of support that we've seen so far today. Shout out to every single one of you, including Kyle. Thank you for the $20 on YouTube, who says happy Thanksgiving, dude. Thank you for all that you do, my fiance, and I love watching your debates every single day, and we'll continue to do so. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your fiance, Kyle. Thank you guys so much for being here. All the love in the world to the donors. Show some love to the donors while we're hopping into that next debate right now. Seriously, guys, thank you so much. What's going on, Big Chungus? What a name. Do you support Trump? Oh, you shot about 12, so we're going to go to quickly remove you and move on to the next guest here. By the way, if you're watching and you want to support me, you can find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree, my bio on TikTok, and in the pinned message over on YouTube. Let's go to get that next guest loaded up here. Just keep in mind, if you're in that queue, make sure it's because you are an American adult that supports Trump as president. Oh boy. All right, guys. I'm really happy that we're only doing like 2.5 hours on live today because these people are just terrible. Okay. Hello, Life at the Liquor Store.
Yeah, why do you lie so much, bro? Why do you lie about it?
It's because
You're a liar.
I want to propagandize everybody into being a communist. So.
No, but why do you play as you're an Indian, bro? You said you were Native American and you're not.
Okay,
Why
and
did
of
you
course, you just know that. Of course, you know everything about me. You know everything about everything about everyone, right? Yes. All knowing Life at the Liquor Store, all knowing King, Life at the Liquor Store. Thank you for gracing us with your all knowing knowledge. You know more, right, about my family than myself. So spot on. 10 out of 10. What's up? Do you support Trump? Hello? Nope, he's not here. Moving on to the next guest. Sissy in the comment section says omnipotent. Dude, dead ass, bro. We got omnipotent Trump supporters. Dude, let's fucking go. All right. Can we get a W, omnipotent Trump supporters down below in that chat?
My shit. I'm stroking my shit. Oh,
very nice. Yeah, if you say I lied enough, then eventually it'll become true, right? Eventually. At one point or another. All right, moving on to the next guest right now, guys. Go ahead and hop inside of that comment. Go ahead and hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump. What's up? Do you support Trump? Hello? All right, they're not here. All right, this next guy's name is Cuck for Trump. What the hell? Hello, Cuck for Trump.
What's up, Dane?
Is that name serious?
You what?
So you sit in that chair?
What chair?
The chair.
I'd watch Trump every single second, by God.
How old are you?
I'm 39 years old, buddy. I'll be your daddy.
What year are you born in?
86, son.
Also, I don't think you'd be my daddy. The bowl would probably be my daddy, right? Because you're the chair sitter. Remember? You're the.
I don't understand you.
Get out of here. All right, what's going on, Willie? Do you support Trump?
Certain things, yeah, I'm a Trump supporter, absolutely.
Oh God, why? Why are you a Trump supporter?
Well, a few reasons. I have supported his outlook for our military. His views on certain things in the South where I'm from.
His views on what?
I'm really at this point now where I'm like against both parties, kind of,
Okay, well, that was a really quick concession. You take care now. We're gonna move on to the next guest right now. I'll only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. We're gonna get that next guest motion loaded up into the box right now.
Do me a favor, bro. Stop grifting on Thanksgiving. Go spend some time with your family. Stop sucking Joe Biden's dick.
Explain
the parties
to me how
don't care
I'm a
about
grifter,
you.
and I'll get off
Only
live.
Jesus will save you.
Beat me in a
Stop
debate. Beat me in a
fuck
debate.
Trump,
One
fuck
moment.
Biden.
One moment. Listen.
Yeah, let's debate.
I have to mute you because I know if I don't, that you're just gonna steamroll and leave. I have a crystal ball in my hand. It's telling me that you're gonna leave. I sense it. I sense it in like the tone of your voice. Like sometimes guests will join and they'll do that thing where they automatically start speaking and they just start steamrolling, and then once they're done getting it all out, they'll just head out like a little beta. So don't be a beta. Don't leave. Don't run away.
I'm trying to give you a lesson that you obviously don't have.
Okay,
Dean,
well,
I'm trying to
give
tell
me the
you,
lesson.
it's
How am I a
Thanksgiving.
grifter?
Please stop going on TikTok Live, trying to beg for gifts. You're obviously here
Beg
just
for
to prove a point.
grifts.
Biden doesn't care about you. Kamala doesn't care
I
about you.
think the
Trump
crystal
don't
ball's
care
gonna be
about
right.
you.
Chances are, as soon as he's done talking here, he's gonna leave. Let's just watch it play out in real time. Go ahead.
So what do you want to debate about?
Wow. Listen. Oh, I think I gaslit him into staying. That's great. Yeah, sure. I want to debate about your claim that I'm a grifter. So why do you think I'm a grifter? Actually, first, can you define
Well,
grifter?
it's very obvious. Somebody who has a political claim or any type of like he tries to go on one side just to get gifts. You know you don't care about you don't care about politics, man.
If I didn't
How
care
old are
about,
you?
if I
You're
didn't,
20. You're 20. You
if
don't
I,
care about
if
politics.
I didn't
Dean.
care about politics, I don't think I could keep it up for this long, man. I mean, it's been like an everyday thing for me for the last 2.5 years. So
Why do you make it seem like the Democrats are perfect? The Republicans aren't perfect. The Democrats aren't perfect. Nobody is perfect.
How
Stop
long have you been
wasting your
watching?
life on this. What do you mean?
like, how long have you been how long have you been watching the live today?
I just got here.
Okay, well, okay, that makes sense. Because the last guest we had, he asked me if there's anything that the Biden-Harris administration did that I wasn't a fan of, and I started talking about how they supported Israel, about how they didn't push for policy inside of Congress, right, to like ensure that every woman and girl in America has federal protections for a right to choose, right? And then you come up here and you say that I talk about the Democrats as if they're perfect. Well, honestly, if I had to like decide my favorability rating of the DNC and the Democratic Party right now, it'd like probably be like a 6 out of 10, right? So, I mean, I just think it's super disingenuous for you to come up here and strawman my own position that I've made public forever now about the Democratic Party, about the DNC, right? Just to try to like make a point that I'm somehow disingenuous. I think the only disingenuous individual here is you, and you're likely grifting off that disingenuous nature as well. But by the way, speaking about the grift, Shannon, thank you for the $7 over on Venmo to support the grift. Thank you so much, Shannon. And Serena, thank you for the $30 over on Venmo. Thank you so much, Serena. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for supporting the grift. I'm so happy that I can financially exploit you for your money, Serena. I want to see 300 Serena W's down below in the comment section. That is spelled Serina. Shakira with the $5 and Brandy with the $1. Kelly, thank you so much for the $10 and Nalo with the $5 as well. Happy fucking Turkey Day. Thank you guys so much for supporting the grift. This guy right here is the real grifter. You're grifting. Stop
Yeah,
grifting.
everybody knows you're a grifter, Dean. Just stop it. Dude.
If you say it,
You're 20 years old, man.
If you say it again, it'll make it true. I just think that you're coping because I'm just too good at defending the view that Donald Trump is a terrible president and the Democratic Party is significantly favorable. You hate
I don't
that.
support him
You
either.
hate that
I don't
because
support
I'm
him
right.
either.
Well, you hate that because I'm right.
Your whole personality is like defending politics. You're 20 years old.
Wait. You just said
You in college? Like, are you doing something
I
with
just
your
want to
life?
clarify. You just said that you don't support Trump. Oh my God, you're a grifter.
That's not okay.
Wait. So you're saying
That's not what it
you can't
means.
just call somebody a grifter because they publicly exclaim that they don't support
Yeah,
President Trump.
you're the same
so
one
then why
who
are you
fake
calling
cried
me a
when
grifter?
Charlie Kirk died, and then when your fans decided like, oh, why is this guy crying for somebody that we don't like? Then you started making fun of him. Why did you make fun of Charlie Kirk after he died?
Wait. So if you're saying that the tears were fake, then you're just arguing that I'm in fact not a grifter, right? Because like the grifter allegation about the tears is that Dean didn't like Charlie Kirk, then cried when he died, therefore he's secretly a grifter, as he secretly loved Charlie Kirk.
That's
Well,
not
then
my
when you
point. I'm
make,
saying
well,
your
then let
fan-
me finish speaking here. So then you try to make the argument that the tears were fake. Well, if the tears were fake, this would just mean that I actually didn't care that Charlie Kirk died, right? Which would be more in alignment with what like low IQ individuals say on the internet is like a view that should be typical of the left. But anyways, if you want to know why I cried when Charlie Kirk died, it's because I'm sensitive to gore. Yeah. Like only in 2025, right, would a sensitivity to gore mean that you're grifting about your political views. Yes, if you're sensitive to gore, right? If you don't like seeing videos of because I'm speaking, if you don't like seeing videos of people getting like shot in the neck, then gushing blood and insta dying, right? Then you're a political grifter. Right? Like, oh my God, just such a low IQ argument. And then you said I turned around and made fun of his death. Sir, so what you're doing is you're conflating me making fun of the movement that preceded his death to making fun of his death. So when I make jokes about that shitty We Are Charlie Kirk song, I'm making jokes about the the terribly silly person that made it and the terribly silly people that turn around and repeat it. I'm laughing in the face of every single person that is following Charlie Kirk's death by turning around and calling themselves Charlie Kirk. Okay? Right? Because that is a joke. It is a complete and total fucking joke. Okay? But don't try to sit here and equivocate me making fun of that song to me making fun of Charlie Kirk's assassination.
Yeah, you want me to respond now?
Yeah.
The reason why you cried, if I remember correctly, is because you said that you didn't like seeing him die in a way, which is correct. Everybody didn't. But at the same time, if you truly felt bad, you shouldn't have made fun of anything that associated his name. So you making fun of anything in front of thousands of people goes against your claim of you truly feeling bad. If I truly feel bad,
I
for
reject
somebody who
that.
died in such a horrible way,
So I just
I would not make fun of him.
I just
So hold on,
reject
I'm
that.
speaking. Do you want me to speak? Do you want me to speak?
Well, I mean, I just reject what you're arguing.
Well, you can't, because it's the what are you rejecting? You're rejecting the fact that you can still make fun of somebody even after they die, even if you feel bad for them.
Listen,
It makes
I'll
no
give you
sense.
I'll give you another example. So I didn't think it was like cool when like Trump got shot in the ear for like a billion reasons, right? Like maybe like one of the reasons why I didn't think it was cool when Trump got shot in the ear is because right then Trump was able to turn that and use it as a way to depict the left as violent. I didn't think it was cool when Donald Trump got shot in the ear because then like, you know, individuals were able to take that turnaround and use it to say that like I caused that, which led to a lot of attacks against myself. I didn't think it was cool when Donald Trump got shot in the ear because like it just led like more like low IQ brainwash individuals into supporting him because he got up and said fight, fight, fight afterwards, right? But like simultaneously, I'll turn around and make fun of like everybody who then went to like the RNC with like a piece of like white fabric on their ear in support of Trump. Like they look goofy as fucking
Don't try to
shit,
compare
right?
Okay, but don't try to compare somebody.
What I'm comparing is the fact that if you're saying, because your argument was, if I truly thought like it was wrong for Charlie Kirk to get assassinated, then like I can't turn around and like laugh at the people like screaming, "We are Charlie Kirk and we carry the flame." Well, what I'm doing is I'm giving you a counterposition to demonstrate that that is terrible and illogical by nature, rooted within the fact that there's other actions I could look at here that I didn't think were cool, like Trump being shot in the ear for all the reasons that I just gave and more, while still like having an ability to like laugh my fucking ass off at all of the Republicans that followed that assassination attempt by like putting bandages on their own ears. Okay. So, I mean, I just think that you're embarrassing yourself. All right. Like, yeah, if you put a fucking maxi pad on your ear following Donald Trump's assassination attempt by Thomas Crooks, I'm going to laugh at you all day long. But does this mean that I thought it was cool when he got shot in the ear? No.
Yeah, this is not somebody who died though. This is somebody who got killed in cold blood, and you still made fun of it. You still use his name to make fun of it in front of thousands of people, knowing he has a wife and kids and a bunch of supporters all over the world. Even if I hated Biden, did I make fun of Biden? If Biden were to have died, would I make fun of him? Anything to associate with his name? No, he's a dead man. He's dead. You cannot make fun of the dead. Yet you went on live with Parker.
Okay,
and you
well,
still made fun of him.
I've already clarified this.
You
right?
did not clarify anything.
Yes, I'll clarify this once again. I'm making fun of the people that are using Charlie Kirk's death, right, as like this symbol to be the most cringy humans alive on the face of planet Earth. I'm so sorry. I'm not responsible for the actions of like low IQ Trump supporters that have like followed Charlie Kirk's assassination by making AI slop saying we are Charlie Kirk and we follow the flame. Okay, right? Like I'm not responsible for that corny shit. Okay, but it's corny. I don't know what to tell you. It is so fucking corny, okay? Like, stop trying to, like, tone police me in defending the most corny Americans alive on the face of planet Earth, buddy.
Then
okay?
leave them alone if they're speaking on a dead person's name.
Bro, if they want me to leave them alone, right, they need to stop making AI slop saying we're Charlie Kirk and we follow the flame. Dude,
okay, but you have
I'm
a
so
platform.
fucking
Don't
sorry.
make fun of a dead man's name. You have a platform.
Dude,
you have a platform.
once again, I thought that I already clarified this to you, and you're just now repeating yourself, right? Like, when I'm making fun of the people saying, we are Charlie Kirk, I'm making fun of them. I'm not making fun of Charlie Kirk, okay? Like,
but it's still
we're just
associated with his name.
Oh, but we've already went through that association with the name.
Why
in
do
the
you
same
keep
way,
muting me? I'm not talking over
in
you.
the same way that like it's like okay to make fun of the Republicans, right? That put a maxi pad on their ear after like Donald Trump was shot, right? You're making fun of the people that are putting the fucking maxi pad on their ear.
Yeah, Dean, people could see right through you, dude. I just hope you know that. And you do know that.
So,
Deep down, you
so
do know
if you
that.
truly had
People
a
can
counter
see
argument,
right through you.
if you truly had a counter argument against any word that was coming out of my mouth right now, you wouldn't need
Yeah,
to resort back to
I
saying well, it's
watched-
evidently true that you're telling a lie. Okay?
No,
right?
I could-
because like once again motion, right? People can see right through you. If I was wrong and you were right, then you would be able to give genuine counter rebuttals to the arguments that I'm making here compared to just repeating yourself. And then once I repeat myself, right, just saying that everybody knows they could see right through you. No, you're just trying to gaslight me because there's no defensible position of the bullshit that you're setting forth.
Yeah, every time I watched your lives after the Charlie Kirk, you know, because you went live almost every day afterwards. I watched it, and every time people brought up, "Oh, well, I respect you for crying for Charlie Kirk," you had that weird little smirk on your face, that cowardly smirk, because you know your fans didn't like the fact that you died. You know it deep down. You know it. Your fans right now in the comments are making fun, saying snowflake. They don't care about Charlie Kirk. They don't care about his death. They didn't cry like you did. Those were fake
Bro,
tears, Dean.
dude, like, once
Everybody
again,
knows they're fake.
the only person that's trying to manipulate Charlie Kirk's death here is you. You're trying to use, right, Charlie Kirk's death to blame the individuals calling you a snowflake for being one. That's actually a really ironic point. The only person in this conversation that is trying to manipulate his death is you using it to shift blame for your own stupidity, is you using it to shift blame for your own snowflake nature, is you using it to shift blame for your own emotionally driven, crazy arguments, okay? Like, suck it up, brother. You are a snowflake if you think that it's wrong to laugh at the people that are saying, we are Charlie Kirk and we carry the flame, generating AI slop, to justify like a continued perpetuation of fascism. Like, come on, man. Like, they're calling you a snowflake. Okay, I think it's time, right, that you recognize that you are responsible for your own actions, and Charlie Kirk definitely isn't. Charlie Kirk is not responsible for why they're calling you a snowflake. That's you, man.
That's not what I said. That's literally not what I said. You see how you just like completely flip things just to fit your narrative? My whole point when I came up here was the fact that if you truly felt bad for him, you would not because you have a platform, Dean, you have a huge platform, right? You should not associate yourself with anything that is making fun of his name. You shouldn't. Those songs are probably dumb. Why would you ever put it on your platform?
Oh my God! You just said that the songs were dumb? Yo, I'm sorry, buddy. Listen, I'm gonna have to get you fired from your job now. I'm actually gonna have to get you fired from your job. Okay, I think that like the guest on the live right now is like making fun of a dead man. Right, the guest on the live right now is like attacking the legacy of a husband who was publicly executed. Right, because he's calling
you're the
the
one who
We Are
did that
Charlie
live with
Kirk
that little
AI
smirk on your
slop,
face.
AI
you're an
slop
idiot, Dean.
dumb. No, dude, I think that you're a threat to this country because you are attacking Charlie Kirk. You are attacking Charlie Kirk, sir. You're making fun of a dead man. All right, you are disavowing, right, and you are making fun of the legacy of the greatest man who's ever lived because you're calling the AI slop We Are Charlie Kirk song dumb. How dare you? You left. Bro, you can't come up here. You can't come up here and try to flame me, right, for giggling my ass off about that AI slop We Are Charlie Kirk song, right? Argue, right, that this is so disrespectful to Charlie Kirk's legacy and then call it dumb yourself. I mean, at least at the end of the day, you saw my point, right? But then he did run away, right? So I guess like bottom line here, folks, is that when you give emotionally driven arguments, I'm going to make you look stupid.
Yo, Dean, I'm back and I'm stroking my shit to you, bro. I love stroking it. I love gooning.
Jesus Christ. Okay. We're going to move on to the next guest right now, everybody. If you want to support me, you can find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio, y'all. We're going to get that next guest loaded up into the box right now. We got a lot of very emotional people today. A lot of very emotional people. Yo, Chef, thank you so much for the $50 over on YouTube. He says, for the grift. Thank you so much for the love, Chef. That is so incredibly kind of you. Show some love to Chef down below in that comment section for the $50 donation. You are absolutely fantastic. Seriously, thank you so much for supporting the grift. All right, today is Griftmas. Today is Thanks Grifting, right? And we're taking advantage of it, right? We are grifting our ass off on this great day of Thanks Grifting. So if you want to support the Griftmas, if you want to support the Thanks Grifting, you can find the Venmo and the PayPal in the link tree in my bio. And yo, Kat, let's go. Thank you so much for the premium shuttle on TikTok. Kat, that is crazy. Happy Thanksgiving, Kat. I hope that you're having a great day. Thank you for supporting the Thanks Grifting. You're absolutely fantastic. And Alyssa, thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo. Thank you for supporting the Thanks Grifting. Catalina with the $15. Thank you so much for supporting the Thanks Grifting. Catalina, you could piss off your homophobic grandma. Let's see here. Catalina with a $15 says, according to my brother, my grandma is apparently pissed off over the fact that I have a girlfriend. How should I piss her off more? Ooh. You know what? We're actually going to think about this one together. If you happen to be a part of the 11.3 thousand people watching on TikTok, go ahead and drop some good ideas about how Catalina could piss her grandma off even more. And then Ariel, that is Ariel. Thank you for the $25 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Ariel. Yo, show some love to Ariel in that chat who says, these cowards calling you a grifter have no logic and they know they have no moral leg to stand on. Keep on keeping on. Thank you so much, Ariel. Thank you so much. You were awesome. And then Kinsey, thank you for the $40 over on Venmo to support the Thanks Griftmas. The Thanks Grifting. Kinsey with a $40 says, you're mopping up this snowflake. Happy Thanksgiving, Dean. I love you. I love you too, Kinsey. Thank you for being here. I hope that you have a phenomenal Thanksgiving. And thank you for the $40. Show some love to Kinsey down below in that chat for the $40. Seriously, that is crazy. Thank you so much. And then Serena, thank you for the $15 from the DNC. Thank you. Okay. All right. What is going on? Do you support Trump? Hello?
Hey, Dean. Hello.
Do you support
I'd
Trump?
say I support Trump, yes.
And how old are you?
I'm 18, 2007.
Okay, all right. Sounds good. Let me thank one more person here. Christina, thank you for the $25 over on PayPal, who says, with love from Scotland. All the love in the world to Scotland. Shout out to you, Christina. Thank you for being here. Show some love to Christina down below in the chat. Thank you so much for the $25. And then Gina, thank you for the $6 and the 66 cents, who says, gobble, gobble, make the MAGA talking points wobble. Oh, man, we're making them wobble today, quite frankly. Thank you. You were awesome. All right, man, go ahead and take it away. Tell us why though you support this terrible, tyrannical president.
Well, before I go on that, if you don't mind me asking, like, this might be an inappropriate question to ask, but, like, what do you plan on doing with, like, all this money that you get from donations?
I mean, I could spend some of it on rent. Like, I could spend it on rent. I could maybe, I don't know, get a new TV. I don't know. I guess I don't really need a new pair of shoes. Lunch, dinner. Electricity and utilities. Gas for the car and insurance for the car.
Sorry for that dumb question. Okay, I guess we'll get into some politics. I mean, just to start, I would just say, like, I'm not an expert debater. I mean, you're eons above me, but I just want to give my point. But you're most likely right on what I'm about to say. But I would say the one issue I have about, like, the Democratic Party would be, like, I guess the border. I mean, I feel like it feels like a safer way for, if we do have a closed border, just like a lot of other countries where we'll be able to, like, document people and basically, like, categorize them. So let's say they were to commit a crime, we would be able to, find them and just put them in the right place, So
I'm not understanding.
I guess
your
that's
point.
one of my
So,
main issues.
Can you repeat that? So why do you support Trump as president? Are you saying because of his mass deportation?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't agree with, like, a lot of it because
Yeah,
there's,
thank you
in
for that,
some
Tim,
sense, it's unjust, but I feel like in total, just, like, being able to just have a closed border so we can, like, control the
So how is
country.
Donald Trump closing the border?
I mean, is he not taking people out that don't have documents?
So yeah, he's doing a mass deportation of undocumented immigrants that are already in the country, but that's not border policy. It's immigration policy, but it's not border policy. Now, if you're just telling me that you support Trump because he's... Go ahead.
Oh, you can go. Continue.
I mean, I was just going to say, if you're telling me that you support Trump because of his mass deportation, well, what is one way that mass deportation helps America? I can name like 3 ways that it hurts America. First and foremost, it increases crime by increasing poverty, by destabilizing our economy, by forcefully expelling 8 million of our workers and 11 million of our consumers, which according to the American Immigration Council will reduce our GDP by $1.1 through $1.7 trillion per year. So, like, what's one big way that it really helps our country to overwhelm that huge con?
I mean, I would say that I feel like there just should be a better way, because it's not the best way right now, but just a better way for people without papers to be able to get papers and
Okay, well,
and be
so
able to, like,
mass
functionally,
deportation doesn't help people without papers get papers. It just removes them from the country.
Yeah, do you think it's like okay for like a lot of people to not have papers, like be able to be in the country?
Okay, well, so that's a pivot. I asked you a pretty clear question, and I would like a clear response.
Do you mind repeating that? Sorry. I just
What is
forgot.
one specific material way that mass deportation makes America better?
Hmm. I would say that's like anyone could come into the country, like they could have committed like a heinous crime in another country, and now they're here, and we would have no idea that they would be in our country. So being able to like get rid of them could potentially like cleanse our country a little bit by
Cleanse
getting
our.
rid of
What do you
those
what do you mean like cleanse our
criminals.
country?
I mean, I would just say because anyone that doesn't have like correct documentation, we don't know what past crimes they've committed because
Right.
they're not like put into the system, you know?
Right. Well, so I did bring up the
So
fact that when we do mass deportation, we actually only see more crime. And I'm also not too convinced that you care all that much about criminals roaming free in the streets of America, considering the fact that you made one president.
I mean, I did not vote, but
Well,
sure. But
then
how
you support
does
one as president.
mass deportation? Sh sure, yeah.
That's
But
right.
how
Do you see
does
how that's like maybe a little
I guess how
hypocritical?
does mass deport um in what sense?
Right, because you're like, oh, like we need to remove all these people from the country because maybe they're guilty of a violent crime. But when I know that a citizen is guilty of a violent crime, Donald Trump was adjudicated for the rape of E. Jean Carroll and boasted about the sexual exploitation of women and girls at Miss Teen USA, Miss USA. He deserves to run the country.
I mean, yeah, but there's like a lot of political figures that have committed like very very heinous crimes, and
So therefore,
I
it's
mean,
okay to be a political figure and
I don't
commit
know.
very
I'm
heinous
not.
crimes. So, by the way, Donald Trump is the first adjudicated felon to ever serve as the president of this country, and you didn't even have as much as a parking ticket on his alternative, who was Kamala Harris. So, I'm not really willing to buy into this train of thought.
I mean, I don't know. There's two options. I mean,
All right,
him
yeah.
and
The
then
one
just
option was an
the other
adjudicated
Democrat.
rapist, violent criminal, and the other option was an attorney who didn't even have a parking ticket on.
I guess I'm not condoning that fact, but
All right,
I
I'm
guess
just saying
just
it makes
like
you hypocritical because you're
just
like,
based on
we need to remove like millions of undocumented immigrants because maybe they're guilty of a violent crime. But as soon as we know somebody who is guilty of a violent crime, let's put them in charge of the most powerful country in the history of planet Earth.
yeah, I guess you're right, but I'm not condoning it. But as long as this one criminal can get rid of a lot of criminals, I mean, that might be a net positive, but I'm not
So
condoning
my
what
other
he did
argument
and
was
saying
to literally
it was
demonstrate that
good.
when we do a mass deportation, there's more crime.
How so? I'm just
Because
ill
poverty
informed.
causes crime and mass deportation increases poverty by destabilizing our economy.
But wouldn't mass deportation give more jobs to people that are already classified in the system?
No, it wouldn't. You're thinking about it very one-dimensionally. You're saying if we have a smaller labor force, then the people inside smaller labor force will have more job opportunity. We had a smaller labor force 100 years ago. Was there more job opportunity 100 years ago?
I mean, I don't think we were like what time period were you referring to?
The Great
Or
Depression.
just any time period before?
Was there more job opportunity
Oh,
100
there.
years ago during the Great Depression because there's a smaller labor force now, right? And the reason why,
I mean,
right, is because when people work, when we have a larger labor force with more people working, right, that means more people generating more profit for more companies, meaning more companies are growing faster, innovating more, while in turn these workers that are generating this profit are also getting paid themselves so that they could then turn around or join the consumer base and buy those goods, growing those companies in turn to generate more job opportunities. When you do a mass deportation, you remove all these people from the market, right? What you're doing is you're crashing the GDP, right? Because now all of a sudden, right, less people have less money to spend on goods since you're removing 11 million people with money to spend on goods, and you're firing these employers of these companies forcefully. So then these companies have less people to produce the goods they sell.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I fully don't support mass deportation, but I think there should be a way better way, like just a faster and more efficient process where these undocumented people can get documented. So I would say I'm not president, but there should be just
So that's
a
called
lot
mass
faster
amnesty.
way. I mean,
So that's called mass
but
amnesty, which is where we offer undocumented immigrants in this country an expedited pathway to residency or citizenship. Oh, and by the way, look at all the Trump supporters in the chat, like spamming a message just saying that they assault women and girls. Yeah, yeah. By the way, that's the right, everybody. A bunch of people in the comment section were just spamming about how, right, this shit post copy and paste about how they quote unquote pull a girl's bra down to see their boobs. Look at all the Trump supporters just saying that they like to assault women and girls. Actually, it's to assault girls. No, it makes total sense. But anyways, so the alternative to mass deportation that is significantly better than mass deportation would be mass amnesty, which is where we would offer undocumented immigrants a pathway to residency or citizenship inside of this country. And if they have any prior violent offenses, pretty like insane non-violent criminal offenses, outstanding warrants from the country, so on and so forth, we reject them said amnesty and we either throw them in jail for their crimes or deport them. Right? And that is going to be the significantly better alternative to mass deportation because we'd still be able to identify every single person in our country. We'd still be able to remove the individuals that are guilty of like heinous crimes, and we wouldn't experience all the negative downsides onset by mass deportation. Right? And of course, this is policy that is even further left than the Democratic Party, so it definitely doesn't align with a vote or support for President Trump.
okay. Just to pivot a little bit, what were you saying in the chat? Like, what were they saying?
Don't worry about it.
I don't.
They're just saying
what
that they
were
like to
saying?
assault girls.
Okay. Like how so? Like what were they saying?
Okay, I told you to stop talking about it. You didn't. I'm just gonna kick you. Patriot Paul, welcome back.
Hello.
So you left earlier.
I did. I went to go get my brother, who's a lot more literate than me. He also very much supports Trump.
Okay, so your brother's with you now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Can I get him on?
Yeah, that's fine. You guys could both be on the mic. So how about we just go back to the question I was asking you earlier? Let's see if you guys finally have a response.
Support Trump.
Woohoo! Raising them young, raising them right. Let's go.
So your brother that's more literate than you is a 13-year-old?
Woo! No, he's 8. We're raising him right. You know what I mean? Our household.
He left. Moving on to the next guest. I didn't even kick him. I was about to kick him, but he just left on his own. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I feel bad for that 8-year-old man. Benjamin with a $5 over on Venmo who says, thank you, Benjamin, who says, with all that grift money you could invest in the state-of-the-art called Confucian Research Lab. Don't know what that is, but yes, we got all the grift money. Thank you for supporting the grift. I appreciate that, Benjamin. And then Caitlin, thank you so much for the $5 over on Venmo. Daniel, thank you for the $5 on Venmo, says for Momo's Thanksgiving dinner. Oh, that's very kind of you, Daniel. Thank you for the $5. If you're watching right now and you want to support me, if you want to support the grift, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal and the link tree in my bio over on TikTok at the top of the phone screen or in the pin message on that YouTube stream. Okay, we're going to go to get that next guest up in here right now. Hello.
Baby loves you. Happy Thanksgiving, Dean.
Stop it. No, bro.
Happy Thanksgiving. I love you. These guys are giving you a hard time, man. Baby loves you. What?
Hello, Jenny. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I'm stroking my shit right now.
Okay. All right, moving on to the next guest. It's been a while since we've heard from that guy. Dude, it's been a while since we've heard from that guy. Baby loves you. I can't even, dude, I doesn't even, baby loves you. I doesn't even do it, dude. That's honestly pretty impressive. What's up, Arm Wrestling? Do you support Trump?
I do. Yo. I definitely have issues. I definitely have issues though too, because you know, at the end of the day, not one person will ever make everybody happy. So,
okay, are you like tuning in from like an
do.
auditorium?
I do. I'm actually I have my earbuds in. I'm in my garage. I train dogs for a living, so I'm out here watching some dogs.
Oh, okay. So yeah, why do you support this terrible like tyrant predator's president?
You know, I do agree with quite a few things. I definitely think he's been compromised in some situations. I try to when voting or looking at anybody, and I don't want to say I'm like 100%. Oh my goodness, like diehard Republican, right? It's for me. It's always what lines up best. I think with what I feel. As far as tyrant and everything, you know, again, he's not the one who makes all the decisions and pulls the trigger on everything. So it's one of those things for me. I feel that at the end of the day, best decision was to go with him, and of course we'll never know what would have happened.
So why is he a good president? Could you just like give a reason?
I feel, the things that have been accomplished as far as border security, deporting, because there should be a process no matter what. And I actually had a good buddy that was deported.
So I mean, we talked about
we
talked about deportation with the last guest. I just think that mass deportation is an American last policy that only hurts this country socially, economically, and fiscally. And I just don't really see any good reason why we should support it, due to the fact that there's no identifiable positive outcomes of it.
So my biggest thing is just I think about as far as like all the other countries in the world, right? Like you can't just go walk in anywhere else. There has to be a legitimate like due process, and I think that our process definitely lacks.
What you're suggesting right now is a false dichotomy of either we do mass deportation or we have open borders. I don't think that those. I don't think that it's. I don't think that it's either or. I think that this is a false dichotomy. I think that we could not do mass deportation while still having like good border policy. Right? So I guess like once again the question is, what is like a specific positive material outcome of mass deportation on this country?
I think that as far as the economy, Americans having jobs that are actually born here, Americans done, even the people who have came here and done the process right and went through it. I think that keeping that is definitely a good thing, but people who have came in illegally.
So you're saying that it'll help the economy and create more job opportunity?
I believe it would. And the thing is too is that I do believe that Americans are lazy and they'd have to get off their ass and go do jobs instead of.
So you're just making the same. So you're just making the same argument that the last guest made. So I'm just going to give you the same response.
I wasn't even on and listen to it, but I just truly honestly like listening to you. Because I think you come at it from a very good angle and everything. So it's just, and I believe that like you and I having this kind of conversation, this is the problem that's wrong with people in the world these days too, is you can't just have like an adult ass conversation and like try to come to an agreement or disagreement or whatever, because I have no hard feelings towards you or your thoughts or opinions whatsoever,
Yeah, but let me just go ahead and give you a response to your claim here. So, when we do a mass deportation, we don't have more job opportunity for Americans, we have less. Because we have to remember that when an employee is working a job, they're not just filling a position, they're actively contributing towards building the company that they're working at, in which they then turn around and use the wages that they're paid to build that company and others by buying their goods and services. So when you remove...
Are there not enough
When you remove the 8.4 million undocumented immigrants that are working and 11 million that consume, you crash our GDP by 1.1 through 1.7 trillion dollars per year, according to the American Immigration Council, which in turns means more producers have a lower level of capacity to produce, and they also sell less. Since I'm so sorry with the background noise, the breathing, I just can't focus. I'm gonna have to put you on mute while I'm speaking. Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Right. So when you do a mass deportation, it is not good for job opportunity. Right? Because job opportunity is born out of growing, prospering companies. Okay? But when you do mass deportation, that doesn't cause companies to grow. That doesn't cause companies to prosper, because you are firing their laborers that produce the goods they sell or, sell the services they provide. And then in turn, you are hurting their productive capacities on the demand side, since you're removing 11 million of their demanders. Okay? And because of these facts and more, like the secondary fact that we also lose out on the $100 billion per year that they pay in taxes, and we spend $2 trillion to get it done over the course of the next 10 years, it is detrimental to the economy, and it's not good, right, for American jobs. It's not good for economic prosperity. It's really bad.
Are you able to hear me right now or no?
I can hear you.
And all of that sounds like totally legitimate, but the thing is that we haven't done that yet before. So all this is just statistically speaking, if I'm correct, because there hasn't been some mass deportation like what's going on right now. So we haven't went through it. in the way that we're going through it, or at least that he's trying to do. So it's one of those things where all of the statistics, numbers, that can all be one thing, but we haven't done that. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
so you're
And
now arguing.
Obama did.
You're now arguing.
Obama did
Just one
get rid
moment.
of-
Let me respond to that. So
Yep,
you're now
yep, yep.
arguing that I couldn't possibly know what will happen following a mass deportation because it's unprecedented. So that's not entirely true. It's not entirely true. We can know these things. But even if I accept your logic here and arguing that we can't know these things, then how do you know that it will be beneficial?
And that's the thing. There is no right or wrong about it. We just have to go through it.
Okay, so then
I believe
so then
it
you're
could
saying
be, and you believe
so,
it couldn't be.
So then you're saying that you don't know that it'll inevitably be beneficial?
Nope. Or
Okay.
detrimental.
Okay,
And
so
no-
if
and nobody does.
So in other words, you're telling us that you don't know if Trump's policy is good.
Of course, and I don't think anybody can say yes
Okay,
it is
so
or yes
if
or no it's
if
not.
you don't know if Trump's policy is good, but we do know that he's a very bad person that has tried to coup our government, rig the outcome of a federal election, has infringed on the Constitution 5 times in the last 10 months, was held civilly liable for raping a woman, and called for the execution of Democrats, and the cherry on top is that we don't even know if his policy is good, obviously this sounds like somebody who shouldn't be serving as our current president.
I think that there's been a lot of conspiracy flaw in everything with Trump and every I think politically, I think none of our presidents have, like I said, been completely honest ever with us and truthful.
None of our presidents have been as bad as Trump.
And
none of our presidents, like in modern American history, have been as bad as Trump. Okay? No other president has tried to rig the outcome of an election. No other president has been held civilly liable for raping a woman. No other president has called for the execution directly of their political opponents. Right? So for you to try to make a comparison between Trump's and other presidents is just incredibly disingenuous.
I mean, I think that's just an opinion.
So what did I say that you think is false? What did I just say that you think is like wrong? What did I just say that you don't think happened?
Rigging of elections.
Oh, well, he admitted to that. So that one's
definitely.
not an opinion. That one's a proven fact.
Well, there's also proof that everything was rigged. The last go around too with all. I mean, mail-in ballots. That's a rig. No matter who wins on mail-in ballots, that can get messed with so easily.
So, I mean, according to
so
63 handpicked courts by Trump, you're wrong, right? According to independent audits and investigations in the outcome of the 2020 election, you're wrong. According to all the evidence that anybody has been able to conjure up, even Donald Trump's own Electoral Integrity Committee, you're wrong. Okay, this is conspiracy theory.
a lot of political is conspiracy theory, and that's the thing is that
Okay, well, but what I'm saying isn't. When I say that Donald Trump tried to rig the 2020 election, that's not a conspiracy theory because he admitted to sending the fake slates of electorates to 7 key swing states that Biden had won with fake votes to cast for himself in Congress. That was his legal argument, right? When checked on this through an official indictment in Congress, right, was that he did these things, but it was justified because the election was stolen from him first. But there's no evidence that the election was stolen from him. In fact, he paid a board millions of dollars to try to find any. Then he took all of his findings to 63 handpicked courts, 34 with Republican judges, 16 with Trump-appointed judges. They all told him he had no evidence of his claims, not to mention it's been perpetually and incessantly investigated on the local, state, and federal level ever since, and there's not been a single court that has ruled that there's a substantial basis for the claim.
Well, I'm definitely going to look into that for sure because I have not, and I will look into that for sure because that's intriguing. It's intriguing to look into that for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
right,
just, I think I'm at a point with Trump right now where definitely not impressed and not happy with how he's dealing with things and everything like that. Trying to say America first and everything like that. I don't believe that he's doing the best he could be. It's definitely been rough. I don't know exactly though what I would support. 'Cause I don't, and again, it's just one of those things we'll never know. But it's like I don't know based on.
Okay, so why do you support Trump as president? If you admit that his term's been rough, you admit that you can't argue his policy is good, and you admit that his character is abysmal.
Like I said, from what I was, from what we were told and heard, and from his opposing candidate, I believe that he has done a better job than what that person would have.
Okay, so what's one
And
policy that
that's
Kamala
not-
Harris? What's one policy that Kamala Harris ran on that you think was terrible?
I not off the top of my head, I don't have anything.
So then,
for
how do
you.
you know that she would have
That's
done a
shame.
worse job?
Just her background of what she did do in California and everything like that.
So
I
what's
just
something
wasn't-
that she did in
I just wasn't a
California that
fan.
was terrible?
She didn't do anything. I don't think she did anything positive. I don't think she did anything positive for the state.
Oh my
She
God.
had
Oh
plenty
my
of time
God.
to do things.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So now you're just saying that Kamala Harris has never done anything positive. So how do you know that Kamala Harris has never done anything positive?
As a political figure, I can't say anything that she has done.
Okay, so you can't think of a positive.
beneficial.
So you're saying that you can't think of a positive thing that she's done. Therefore, she's never done anything positive. Do you think that it's more likely, right, that maybe you have just been succumbed to Republican propaganda? You only listen to the interlocutors on the right, and you don't do genuine research into what she's done. Like, for instance, what was her role in California? What roles did she serve?
I can't name you that. 'Cause
Okay, if you don't even know,
I did not care to educate myself on it.
buddy, if you don't even know that she was the DA of San Francisco, the AG of the state, and then a senator of the state, how could anyone expect you to know what she did when she was the DA of San Francisco? How could anybody expect you to know what she did when she was the AG of the state? How could anybody expect you to know what she did when she was a senator of a state? Like, this is literally like me saying, right, that this random commenter on my TikTok chat, her name is Sydney B, like literally just somebody who commented an emoji, right, is terrible at her job. Right? Even though I know nothing about her, I don't know what she does for work. I don't know what she does as a job, but I know that she's definitely terrible at it because I could never name anything positive she's done at her job. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to name anything positive that she's done at her job if I don't even know what she does for work. If I don't know anything about her. So it's like when you sit up here and you tell me that Kamala Harris has never done anything positive at her jobs, but then you don't know what she fucking did as her jobs, right? You just kind of look silly.
Yeah, but the thing is that she's in the spotlight, and if she did do stuff that was actually like substantially beneficial, you would hear about it.
Oh my
And
God!
there was
Yes, we
nothing-
did. We
there
did
was
hear about it.
nothing that was-
We heard about the substantial beneficial policy that she helped the Biden-Harris administration pass, like the tie-breaking votes in the Senate on the PACT Act. That was an $800 million investment into the VA that expanded access to over 1 million new veterans. Right? We're passing the Chips and Science Act that bumped our production of chips from sub 1% of the global production to close to 30. Or her help alongside Biden to pass the infrastructure bill. That was $1 trillion investment into infrastructure across this country to renew it, to create new jobs and help us rebound from the pandemic. Okay, yeah, we do know these things. Just you don't because you're not educated. Okay, but don't confuse your ignorance for her downfall. Okay. Right? The matter of fact, you just don't know what she's done because you've never, right, took that leap into genuinely educating yourself on what she's done. But you can't sit here and say that because you are ignorant, this means that the adjudicated rapist is a good president. You can't sit here and say because you are ignorant that this means that the guy who tried to coup and rig the outcome of an election, right, should be serving us as our commander-in-chief. That because you're ignorant, the guy that said it's now illegal to criticize him in the media, called for the deaths of Democrats, and boasted about the sexual exploitation of women and girls, right, knows what the hell he's doing in the Oval Office. Okay, right? Because remember, right, even you in your ignorance surrounding politics and political figures, right, you could still name terrible things that Donald Trump has done in his political career. Can you name any terrible things that Kamala Harris has done in her political career?
No, because she hasn't been. I have not paid attention to her.
Right, precisely.
I'm sure if I.
Oh wait, but
sure
using
if
your
I look
logic,
into it, I could
oh,
find things.
Now you're contradicting yourself. You said because you can't name anything good that she's done in her career, therefore she didn't do anything good. So therefore, because you can't name anything bad she's done in her career, there isn't anything that she's done that's bad.
I can't name anything that she's done bad because I didn't care to.
Oh,
look
okay.
into
So
her
if you don't
whatsoever.
think that implies that therefore she's never done anything bad, then the fact that you can't name anything that she's done that's good definitely doesn't imply that therefore there's nothing that she's ever done that's good. And of course he's gone. Of course he left. He's big gone. He's bigly gone. We got our live access taken away because of misinformation. I wonder what the guest said that caused that. Yo, Tristan, thank you for the $10. Who says Republicans are deregulating antitrust laws, usury laws, and a corrupt taxation code for the ultra wealthy. This is why Americans are being impoverished. They undid FDR's New Deal. Government organized by money is mob. Yeah, we need to get money out of politics. I think that we should ban individual stock trading for our representatives. We need to ban lobbying. We need to ban dark money in PACs. right? I think that we need accountability for money in our government, and the largest threat to the democracy is a misinformed electorate base and money, right? Those are the two Achilles tendons of a well-ran democracy. Yo, oh my fucking God. Peter, thank you so much for the $150 over on Venmo. Thank you so much, man. Jesus. Peter with $150 says, Happy Thanksgiving. Always thankful for the hard work you put into destroying MAGA. Hope you and your girlfriend have a wonderful day. Peter, thank you so much for the love, man. You are absolutely fantastic. If you are watching the live, please show some love to Peter down below in that comment section for the $150, Peter. We fucking love you over here. Happy Thanksgiving to yourself as well, man. You've been watching the streams for months now, and you've been so kind. Thank you so much for the $150. Like, seriously, man, that is fucking nuts. Huge shout out to Peter down below. Just, like, absolutely insane. Now, because we did get that flag for misinformation, we do have to go ahead and restart the stream, everybody. But we only have around 30 minutes left. But we're going to restart the stream and do it nonetheless. So if you happen to be one of the 9,000 people watching on TikTok, folks, make sure to come right on back. We just got to restart because of the misinformation ban that we just got. I'm going to restart the live. It'll take 5 seconds, but then I'm also going to go and use the restroom. So when you tune back in following the restart, you're going to see an empty chair. Make sure to hit that follow button in the top left-hand corner if you want to be able to find the live on your following list. BRB, guys. See you soon. Of course, this won't affect you if you're on YouTube. All right. Live is restarted. I'm going to go pee. BRB. Oh, I was just screaming that I'm back, but my mic was muted. Hello to the very first 3.5 thousand people that are tuning back into the live. Welcome back, everybody. I had to go at a very quick bio break. Indeed, but we are back now. So we have around another 30 minutes of debates before I got to hop off for the day to head over to my very first Thanksgiving meal. Listen, if there's any broken families out there very similar to my own, how many Thanksgiving meals do you have to go to today? I'm looking at 3. Oh, wait, actually 4. I have 3 today and like 1 tomorrow or the day after. I have to go to 4. 4 or 5, dude, crazy work. Okay, somebody else in the chat says 4. Yo, W broken families. I'm just kidding, it kind of sucks. What's going on, Dominic? Do you support Trump? Hello? Dominic, you sent me $10 on Venmo to come up here and debate me. He's here. I could hear them. No, he's not here. Unfortunate. I was like giving him a little bit extra time there because he literally paid me to come up
What's
here.
up, Dean Withers?
How you doing? Man? Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I support Trump. I actually have a lot of reasons why I support Trump, and I have a really good argument, and I bet I can convince you to become MAGA by the end of this live.
All right, buddy. Try your best. Why should I be MAGA?
Cool. So, the first reason is, Dean, I just have one simple question for you. What is your opinion on the best fucking ideology ever made, neo-libertarian phalangism, Dean. You better become a neo-libertarian phalangist, Dean. You're gonna kick me, bro. You're gonna kick me because you're too scared to accept the truth that neo-libertarian phalangism is the best ideology ever created. Trump was a neo-libertarian phalangist. Martin Luther King Jr. was a neo-libertarian phalangist. Julius Caesar was a neo-libertarian phalangist. Joe Biden was a neo-libertarian phalangist. Everybody in the world was a neo-libertarian phalangist. The liberals, they're trying to brainwash the youth, the American youth, and you think that there's Republican and Democrat. No, Dean. There's no such thing as a Republican and a Democrat. Everybody is a neo-libertarian phalangist. Neo-libertarian phalangism was created by Jose de Hoppe, the child of Jose Primo Antonio de Rivera and Herman Sanz Hoppe, Dean. Accept the truth, Dean. Accept it.
Didn't I already cook you on this?
You did not cook me, bro. You did not cook me, Dean. I cooked you, bro. I made an entire Discord server, bro.
Phalangism, not authoritarianism, center-left leaning, not socialism, yellow socialism, and social markers, not controlling means production, but maybe sort of kind of owning them. And a bit of distributism. And a bit of distribution. Yeah, so how does Donald Trump fit that? How does he pertain to the ideology? Well, because I use the word pertain. That is also a big word, okay? Pertain.
I already cooked you on this, buddy. All right, get that neo-libertarian phalangism out of here, kid. All right. By the way, I also think that you should switch to decaf. If you want me to be honest with you, I think that you need to switch to decaf, my friend. All right? Or just like drink half a cup of coffee instead of a full cup. I don't know. I just you guy's crazy. Okay, I think he needs to calm down a little bit. Yo, Cole, thank you so much for the $4 on Venmo. I appreciate you for that love, man. And Rokio, that is ROCIO. Thank you so much for the $30 over on Venmo. Dude, Rokio with the $30 says, Happy Thanksgiving. Let's go ahead and read the rest of Rokio's message right here. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for being so great and patient with educating educating voters. Well, Rokio, thank you for being here. Thank you for your love and support. And I really hope you're enjoying the stream, man. Seriously, thank you for the $30. That's a shit ton of love. Then Preston, thank you so much for the $10 on Venmo. Says, yo, watch DJ Timmy. Who the hell's DJ Timmy? Lena, thank you for the $25 on Venmo. He says, thank you for all that you do. I've been tuning into your streams and you have educated me more and have strengthened the arguments that I care about. Beautiful, Lena. Now, if you have any MAGA friends, any MAGA family members, you better flame them with those arguments tonight. Thank you so much for the $25, Lena. Let's get 250 Lena W's, and let's also get 200 seconds W's. So seconds with the $20 on YouTube Super Chat says it would have taken 15 million ballots to make sure at 2 pages per second. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to track your message here. With 10,000 people, it would take them filling out 1 ballot every minute for 24 hours. And it'd also take them keeping it a secret. Oh, like seconds with the $20 is probably just pointing out the absurdity, right, in believing that 2020 was stolen, which I completely agree. It's a very absurd belief. Very absurd belief. Just pure copium. Okay? Pure copium. We're going to go to get that next Trump supporter loaded up into the live right now. If you happen to be one of the very first people tuning back in on TikTok, go ahead and hop inside of that queue if you are an American adult that supports Trump, guys. I'm happy that I'm ending today because I'm not going to lie, the guests today are just shit. Like, dude, I don't know what it is, but it's like every single person that we've had up so far today has been like terribly unintelligent. Terribly unintelligent. Let's go to move on to the next guest, Sam, right now. Oh, looks like Sam's not even connecting. Dude, like, I'm like spam connecting people from the queue and they're not even joining up. What is going on? Does it show that anybody's like connecting on your side of the screen, chat? I'm going to restart my phone here. No? Okay. My phone might just be broke. Let's see if restarting the app fixes it. No, it's still not fixing it. Maybe I need to get the people up from the computer instead? Let's see. We got... Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. It works when we load them up through the computer. Wait. Look at it. It's broken as fuck. What is going on? Do you see, like, the weird half boxes at the bottom right-hand corner of the phone screen? Yo, this shit's geeking. Yo, TikTok is dying. They need to fix their shit, man. Okay, wait. Now they all went away. Let's see. Did the glitch fix? Did the glitch fix? I don't know. It doesn't look like it. Okay, that might just be it for the day. We may just hop off right now. Low key. It's gone. Let's see. Okay, if we can't figure this one out pretty quickly, we're just gonna hop off for the day. All right, there's gonna be one last thing I could try here. It's gonna say that I'm going on pause, but I'm just like force quitting the TikTok Studio software on my computer, and we'll see if that fixes the issue. I'll be right back. Let's see if this works. And I'm back. All right, let's go ahead and see if that fixed the issue. Let's try to load up another guest. Bro, it's just not working. Wait, it says that my ability to get guests up is taken away? System notification. You've been suspended from multi-guest until the 30th? One second, I need to take a look at the clip that got me taken down. Okay. All right. Yeah, we got our guest access taken away, unfortunately. Of course we did. Of course we did. Of course. Man, I'm not having a good time today. Let me thank a couple people here real quick. Hey, Mary, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Mary with the $20 says, Happy Thanksgiving to you and your girlfriend. Momo2 from the coolest Mimi. Oh, Mary, thank you so much for your kindness. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Mary. Show some love to Mary in that chat. As well as Francisco, thank you for the $17 over on Venmo. Thank you so much, man. Huge shout out to you. DeMarcus, thank you for the $10 who says, Happy Thanksgiving. What are your thoughts on the pew-pewing by the Afghan immigrant? Oh, that one's strange. So we could actually talk about that real quick. So 2 National Guardsmen were shot in D.C. by an Afghan immigrant. But this morning that we learned that that guy actually worked with the CIA in Afghanistan. Is that like not crazy to anybody else? He worked with the CIA. I don't know what to think of. I don't know what to make of that one, man. I really don't know what to make of that one. Because the only place that my mind goes is what would probably be considered a conspiracy theory. Mark, thank you for the $10 on Venmo who says Happy Thanksgiving. I appreciate you for that love, Mark. Happy Thanksgiving to yourself as well, man. And then Ben, appreciate you for the $5 on Venmo. Ian, thank you for the 5. Preston with a 5. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you so much for the love. And Patty, thank you so much for the $25 on PayPal. He says, Happy Thanksgiving to you and your girlfriend. And by extension, to the YouTube family you've given me. Oh, that's awesome, Patty. I recognize your name. You are here a lot. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. All the love in the world to you. And Don, thank you for the $10 as well. He says, spending Thanksgiving alone, and saw a lot of people in the chat also don't have any dinner plans. Shout out to everybody by themselves today. Yes, hey man, if you're by yourself today, shout out to you. I mean, listen, honestly, I might rather be by myself compared to going to the MAGA Thanksgiving later today. Woof. Thank you so much, Don. And Angela, thank you for the $25 as well over on PayPal, who didn't attach a message, just sent the love. Thank you, you guys. Now for everybody watching, I think that this just may be the end. I think that we're going to get off early. Unfortunately, there's nothing I could do. It's probably time anyways. I should go start getting ready for dinner. So, hey guys, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know. I kind of feel defeated. Like, holy shit, man. We've only been live for 2 hours, and I just feel like the last 2 hours have been so fucking rough. So we're just going to go and call it here. See you guys tomorrow. I am going to go film like a silly little video. I'm going to go film a silly little video. Yo, Preston, thank you so much for the $25 over on Venmo. Appreciate that. And I'll check him out, Preston. Thank you so much. Show some love to Preston in that chat. Last year for Thanksgiving, I filmed a silly little video and I posted it. Let me see if I could just pull it up real quick on my phone and show you guys it. It was, I mean, it was a year ago, so it was a while back. Where is it at? Oh yeah, here it is. It says like POV, me showing up to Thanksgiving ready to humble the MAGA family members. I think I'm just going to basically re-record that and post the same thing again this year. But I will see you guys tomorrow. When I post that video, make sure to show it some love. Parker's going to be on here pretty soon. Peace and love, everybody. See ya.